Hi there, in today's short video I'm going to share with you a story about a good friend of mine who started up a business and despite my best efforts to help him made some fundamental business mistakes which led to his business failing within the first year. Okay, about this friend of mine. Now I used to work with a guy called Rahul, a lovely guy, very dynamic, well and truly motivated. And we both left the company at the same time. I started my web design business and he went on to start a business selling bedding, blankets, sheets, towels, etc. Now, one of the things that struck me about this is he was very insistent on being a retail store. So he found himself a small shop right on the end of a very small shopping precinct. And one of the things I quickly spotted very early on was that there wasn't a huge amount of footfall going past this place. And I did mention it to them, look, you're going to spend a ton of money on getting a year-long lease because that's how much the landlord wanted. He wanted him to commit to a year. But there isn't a huge amount of footfall. You're going to spend a lot of money here just setting it up. And you don't exactly have a lot of people coming past who may or may not be interested in what you're offering. But like many people in his enthusiasm, he took on board the field of dreams. If we build it, he will come. And it just, well, quite frankly, it simply didn't work. Now, notwithstanding the fact there wasn't a great deal of footfall going past his shop, which to be honest in retail is an almost must. It's not absolutely essential, but you at least should try and have a good location where you can be seen, even if you don't get direct footfall going past. But his most fundamental mistake is that he just assumed that just being in business meant that people will come and buy. And he hadn't created any kind of marketing plan up front for how he was going to get and, just as importantly, keep customers. He just simply assumed that because he was in a shopping precinct or a shopping mall, a small one, that the people were just going to walk by, go into the shop and buy something. And it turned out to be a colossal and expensive mistake. So the key lesson from this short story is this: if you are going to take up a new venture, if you are considering going into self-employment or starting up a new business, or you're already in business and you're going to start up a new venture, make sure that you've nailed a marketing plan up front. Now, another friend of mine, Siam, he invests in businesses and he will never put money behind a business that doesn't already have a reasonably well worked out marketing plan for reaching and keeping customers, largely because he knows that with the best product in the world, unless people know about it, i.e. marketing, then no one's going to buy it, or nearly no one is going to buy it. And there was a limit to how many sales you're going to make through friends and family, despite your best efforts. So the key lesson is this: on all ventures, make sure you have a marketing plan in place. Even if you don't have one now and you've been in business a while, get it sorted. Work out a plan for effectively reaching, winning, and then hanging on to customers, simply because no business can survive without it. If you don't have customers, you don't have a business, you have a badly paying hobby, and that's a fact. So, like I said, if you've been in business a while or you're starting out on a new venture, sort out your marketing. Who are you trying to sell to? What are you trying to say to them? And how are you going to reach them? And those are the three key things in that order that you need to work out. But don't be like Rahul, poor soul. I really felt for him because he was so excited. He put tens of thousands of pounds into his business. I mean, the lease alone, I think he committed to over £20,000 just on having a shop, spent thousands and thousands on stock. And quite frankly, in my view, he would have been better off spending all of that money on a web presence, getting himself an e-commerce website and spending £10,000 on marketing and advertising to reach his potential customers, because it would have been far more effective. And it's possible that he would have still be in business even now, 13 years later. But his business lasted about 9 months. It was very disappointing to see. I tried to help him. I tried to give him some advice. I said, look, you need to put some of this into marketing. You need to think about how you're going to get more people through the door, because ultimately the shopping precinct isn't very busy. And where you were situated, right on the edge, very few people come past. And only if you can put something in front of them which is really interesting, sheets, bedding and linens, are they going to go through the door. And even then they might not buy. So, but he like I said, in his enthusiasm, he just went ahead and did it despite my best efforts to coach him into better practice. I didn't want to stop him from doing it. I just want him to make him do it more effectively, to help him with a greater chance of success. But there we go. An expensive lesson for him. Thankfully, he's never tried anything since. He's now quite a successful estate agent. Turned his sales skills into that, and he's doing incredibly well. So fair play to Rahul. Well done, mate. But like I said, get a marketing plan. If you don't already have one, sort it out. Who are you reaching? What are you saying to them? And how are you going to reach them? And that's the fundamentals of a marketing plan. So anyway, if you've got any questions, like I said, please ask. It'd be great to hear from you. Share it out. So thanks for watching. Appreciate you tuning in, and bye for now.